Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I would like to present my individual assignment for engineering economy. First of all, my name is Tuan Nurin Nabila binti Tuan Muhammad SUZANI and my matric number is AN200225. Okay. For the project background, engineering economic is the application of economic principle in engineering decision making. It focuses on assessing the economic feasibility of engineering solution and finding the most cost effective option. By combining economic theory with engineering practice, it helps engineers make informed choice when faced with different alternatives. So we can see the engineering economy integrate economics and engineering to solve real-world problems. It involves assessing the benefits and expenses of engineering project over the long term. It helps engineer design solutions that meet customer need to at acceptable cost. The economic aspect of engineering projects such as investment, estimate, and financial benefits are analyzed and evaluated. Engineering economy aims to find the most economically sound and feasible solution to engineering challenge. Okay, for the objective, we have three objectives here to apply the principle of engineering economy to a manufacturing process improvement problem. And second, to analyze the economic feasibility of investing and constructing new facility or machine that will improve the efficiency of production process. And then to evaluate the investment using various engineering economic techniques. Okay, what the importance of engineering economic? First, in decision making. Engineering projects can make decision using well-structured framework provided by the engineering economy. And second, control cost control and optimization. Engineers can evaluate project component costs, identify cost-cutting opportunities, and suggest effective design alternative or workflow improvement. Third, risk assessment and mitigation. Engineers can create plans to for risk mitigation and prepare backup plans by estimating and evaluating the risk. Fourth, long term planning and investment. So engineers can assess the long term financial effect of project by considering the value of money and using life cycle cost analysis. And then the last one is stakeholder communication. It enables the efficient exchange of financial information, cost estimate, and findings of the economic analysis between the engineers, project managers, and also the stakeholder. Next, principle of engineering economy. Okay, engineering economy help to develop the alternative. The creative thinking and invention of the engineer is key of the creating and identify the alternative. The second one is focus on the difference. The decision should only consider the variation and in anticipate future result among the options since these are only factors that may be used to compare them. Next, use a consistent viewpoint. The success of engineering project can be viewed from the variety of perspectives, including those of the donor, financier, beneficiary group, and stakeholder. But the analysis must have the consistent point of view. And next, use a common unit of measure. The study and comparison of the option will be simplified by using a standard unit of measurement to count as many potential economic outcomes as possible. Next, consider all relevant criteria. The decision-making process should consider both the result list in the monetary unit as well as those expressed in another unit of measurements or made plain in descriptive way. Next, make uncertainty explicit. Okay, projecting the future result of the alternative requires uncertainty, which is should be acknowledged in the analysis and comparison of those results. And the last one is revisit the decision. An adaptive process leads to better decision making to make sure that is practical. It is therefore advisable at to compare to projected outcome of the chosen alternative with actual outcome obtained. Okay, next. Role of engineer on economic decision. So this is the role that role of engineer is in economy decision. First, technical knowledge and expertise are important. Planning for purchase of equipment to transform an idea into reality. An engineer should contribute their technical knowledge, analytically ability and problem solving capabilities. And the last one is to creating economically sound and sustainable outcome. Okay, the issue that faced by the engineers in engineering economy is cost estimation, complex cash flow pattern, handling non-fictional financial factors, project duration and timing, handling uncertainty and risk, and incorporating life cycle costs. Okay, knowledge of engineers economic technique. Here the step for the decision making. We have the over 7 steps, 8 steps here. Identification of problem and prospect, develop feasible and relevant alternative, determine appropriate selection criteria, analysis comparison of various alternatives, evaluate and recommend their alternative, select the best alternative, implementation of the selected alternative, and the last one is monitoring and controlling. Okay, the estimates and the decision involve four essential elements. They include cash flow, time of occurrence of cash flows, interest rate for time value of money, and measure of economic worth for selecting an alternative. So we can go through this one by one. Here, first of all is cash flow. Okay, we have the cash flow diagram here. Okay, cash flow diagram provide a clear picture of the timing and size of cash flows by graphically showing the pattern of cash flows over time. In cash flow diagram, expenses are represented by down arrow and receipt are represented by up arrows on the timeline scale of the magnitude of the cash flow. So the cash flow diagram always include the few component like initial investment, cash flows, and ca- cash outflows and salvage value. So here we got the cash flow diagram, where the horizontal lines shows the time scale with progression of time moving from left to right, and the period labels are applied to the interval of time other than points on this time scale. Okay, the ending of period 2 is coincident with the beginning of period 3. Next, the arrow represent the cash flow, where the downward arrow shows uh, the cash outflow, and upward arrows represent the cash inflows. Okay, next, the cash flow diagram is dependent to the point of view. The diagram would be from the borrower points of view if the direction of error is reversed. Okay, next, time of occurrence of cash flow. Okay, cash flows in a project or investment occur at specific time, which we call time of occurrence. It includes initial investment, operating cash flows, salvage value, loan payments, and depreci- dep- depreciation. Understanding the timing of cash flows help assess cash flow patterns, profitability, and financial viability of the project. It enables calculation of metric like payback period, net present value or NPV, and internal rate of return or IRR. Accurate identification and evaluation of cash flow timings are crucial for making informed decision and conducting comprehensive financial assessment. Next, we have the interest rate of time value of money. So timelines that use to determine the timing of cash input and outflows, so that a precise financial analysis may be performed. The ideas of the time value of money, which recognize that the value of money fluctuates over time due to many factors, including inflation and the opportunity cost of capital. Fundamentally depend on interest rates. The context and objective of the analysis will determine the proper interest rate to utilize the time value of money estimate. It's crucial to choose an interest rate that appropriately captures the necessary risk and return expectation related to the project or investment under the consideration. Here we can see the formula for present time value for the interest rate of time value of money. So we have PV are equal to FV over 1 plus R, where the FV is future value and the R is a rate of interest. Okay, measure of economic worth for selecting an alternative. Okay, engineers frequently use a variety of economic worth statistics to evaluate and compare the financial viability and attractiveness for each alternative when deciding between them in engineering economics. Here are some common measures of economic worth that are used in decision making. First is net present value or NPV, return on investment or ROI, and economic value added or EVA. Okay, for this project, here the result and analysis. In this project, we have selected the Samsung Technology Company. For information, Samsung Technology Company is a new company that established, and this company run a fabric factory. Okay, the management of Samsung Tech need to purchase the fabric cutting machine for the factory. For the early production, they have surveyed many manufacturers that can supply the machine, and then here the three manufacturer that have the best option to be select as the to supply the new machine for Samsung Tech. Here we can see the all the specification here for each manufacturer for each machine. Okay, Samsung Tech need to choose three different manufacturers that supply basic fabric cutting machine for the factory. So they need to choose one. Okay, here the calculation um, of the so here we can get the calculation for the price for each machine. Here we can see that X manufacturer X offer 30% off, and compared to the other, they don't give any discount. So we can see the comparison here. Even though the original price for manufacturer X are higher than the others, they still at last with 30% off. They can the what you call the price are acceptable, and the less than the other price, which that doesn't give any discount. Okay, here we get next we have the production hours. Here we can see um, the we can see the production time for each manufacturer for each machine, and then we can get the difference between each manufacturer, the different price between each manufacturer. So we can see the X and between X and Y and X machine, the different price is 26,610.96 ringgit, and between Z and X we got the 2,388 and 82 ringgit, and Z and Y we got the 21 2,127.89 ringgit. Okay, the decision we got from this table, we can get the price for the price offer. Manufacturer X offer the best price per unit after a 30% discount. But for the specification advantage, manufacturer Y has superior rate lower, large working area and higher specification load capacity. For the production capacity, also the manufacturer Y has achieved the 144,000 pieces fabric they can cut per month, making it suitable for higher volume cutting. In conclusion, Samsung Tech select the fabric cutting machine from manufacturer Y. Consideration based on the price offer advantages, specification and high production capacity. Okay, next. The conclusion. In conclusion, engineering projects decision making producer heavily depend on the engineering economy. Engineers can use it in evaluate the financial aspect of project in systematic and quantitative ways, enabling them to make decisions that maximize project result. The engineering economy also make it easier to determine whether the project is feasible, enabling decision maker to evaluate project economics viability before investing resource. It make it possible to allocate limited resource to initiative and that will reap the most economic benefit, resulting in even effective resource use. In the end, the engineering economic give engineers the power to improve project result, add to organizational profitability and satisfy the stakeholder. I think that's all from me. Have a nice day. Thank you.